It's a vision, it's a mission, it's a purpose, it's all of those things. But if I had to crystallize it down to one particular aspect. Welcome to another episode, and in this episode I want to talk to you about entrepreneurial genius. What does it really take to be an entrepreneur? I'm standing here in front of a project that's being built right now, just a random project that I selected here in North Carolina. Looks like it's a hotel being built. And as I look at this project, I understand that there is a lot of genius that it took and that it takes to pull off a project like this. There's the land acquisition, there's the financing, there's the design, there's the concept, there's the manpower that it takes to pull this off, there's the permitting, the list can go on, the engineering, the architecture, the list can go on and on and on. But what is it really that allows a project like this, a project that you're involved in, an entrepreneurial enterprise, what does it really take to pull that off? What it takes is what I call entrepreneurial genius. And what is an entrepreneurial genius? Well, it's a lot of things. Obviously, it's smarts, it's willpower, it's determination, it's persistence, it's knowing the right people, it's relationships with the right people, it's a vision, it's a mission, it's a purpose, it's all of those things. But if I had to crystallize it down to one particular aspect, entrepreneurial genius, I would say it's this. Entrepreneurial genius is a decision. Making a decision. The decision to pull off a project like this. The decision to go into business. The decision to build a thing, to sell a thing, to service a thing. The decision, the commitment, pardon, the commitment to do such a thing is the entrepreneurial genius. Well, if that's the case, why do so many people either fail, flail, or not even go into business in the first place? And it's because they lack the decision-making commitment to the enterprise. You see, it's the commitment to the decision that makes a difference. Years ago, I used to run marathons, and I ran 5 full marathons, I ran 13 half marathons, and for many years prior to that, I knew I wanted to run marathons. I didn't know how or why or where or how I was going to get trained, or even if I could, but until I actually decided and committed and put into play the actions of running a marathon, well, then I wasn't going to run a marathon. And so once I decided, I cut off all other possibilities of failure, all other possibilities of not doing this thing that I said that I wanted to do, then I was able to do it. I was able to go through with the decision. So the entrepreneurial genius in anything, whether it's the smartphone that you have in your hand, it's the library across the street, it's the art gallery down the road, it's the sending someone into outer space, it's all a result of entrepreneurial genius, which in fact comes from making a decision, following through on the decision, staying committed to the decision. By the way, why don't some people do this? Why don't they make the decision? Well, they have a fear of commitment. They have a fear of what the responsibility is going to be when they make the decision. So when you see someone that doesn't follow through on their decisions, that's because the decision is not deep enough in them. The commitment is not deep enough in them about that decision. So I ask you, what is your entrepreneurial genius? I hope that your entrepreneurial genius is that you make a decision and that you go forward with it relentlessly. Be a genius. Talk soon.